はい、皆さんこんばんは。やっとなのかな。これで最終回なのか。でもなんかアップデートが入るって言ってたんだよな。で、まあ始めていきますけど、昨日ね、もろもろ進めて、こういう手配書、リスキーモブを全部倒しましたと。で、ストーリーに行きましょう。
Still alive, I see. Something tells me that eyesore on the horizon is your doing. How'd you manage that?
It's a long story. One that I'd rather only tell once.
Right. All hands on deck, then.
Is this everyone? As I'm sure you've all guessed, the crystal which now commands the eastern skies was summoned by Ultima. He called it Origin. Though the significance of that name is as yet unclear.
What does it matter what it's called? Its emergence tore Twinside asunder and wiped my homeland from the map.
Mention of the Dominion spires can be found in the oldest of Varisthian records. But to the best of my knowledge, none provide any hint as to their true nature. That they would prove the horns of some slumbering demon. Well...
The Dominion's demise was at least quick. Elsewhere, the Republican army cannot hope to contain the chaos engulfing Randalar. Canva is in flames, and the Empire.
Our allies are crying out for answers. I've sent the curse breakers to give them what assurances we can, but right now that amounts to fuck all.
They wouldn't be able to stop what the skies have started in any case. People here and across the realm grow sicker with every passing day.
Could it be that this new Mother Crystal is like the others? That it draws upon the land's ether?
Oh, ムーさんこんにちは。
It certainly looked that way from stone here.
If that were
いつもありがとうございます。
it would explain the hastening spread of the blight since the crystal's appearance. Would it not?
And as the land's ether slowly rises to the surface, it pools, corrupting all who cannot channel its energies. Archay above, ether floods below, and in the middle, here we languish, hopelessly entrapped.
It's all right. When we faced him at Stone here, Ultima told us his true power quickens in the halls of Origin. Needless to say, we cannot allow that to continue. If we are to stop him, we will have to find a way into the crystal.
How are we going to manage that then? It's up in the sky. And fast as she is, the Enterprise can't fly.
It's a lot to take in, and I reckon we'd all benefit from some time to clear our heads. The answer will come to us. Don't you worry. Ain't that right, Clive?
Right. That's right.
Well, go on then. Bugger off. Same goes for you, Clive. You won't solve anything like this. Trust me. Go and get some fresh air, eh?
Thank you. Joshua seemed upset.
ということで、ジョシュア行きましょう。
Ultima may have created us, but he doesn't make us who we are. Only we can do that. And if he would have us fight for our survival, so be it. It's what we've been doing all along.
Much like Ultima himself, it would seem. His new world being naught but a means to survive. And so, we must contend to decide which of us shall inherit the land. Should Ultima prevail, it will mean death for us all. Of that, we can be certain. But even should he fail, what world awaits us? A withered, godless place, where our newfound freedom will most like prove a chain in itself.
Well, that may be. But a chain can always be broken. As long as one has the will to break it. It won't be easy. It may take generations. Centuries of suffering. And that is, if everyone plays their part. But it will happen. And when it does, it will be on our terms. That is the world that awaits us.
Indeed. And what better world could one wish for?
But first, we have to reach that crystal.
Then it's a good thing I have wings.
You can barely stand, let alone fly. And only the Founder knows what horrors await in those skies. You certain about this?
Am I certain? I am the Phoenix. I will do what I must. This is our fight. Remember.
All right. I yield. But only what you must, yes? I'm still your sworn shield.
That you are.
And what of my wings? Lest you forget, you go to stand against a god. I would not have you succumb to fatigue before the fight begins. Ifrit, your brother mentioned that some few of the dominants who had lost their power to you were still able to prime. Is that true?
It is. But their icons no longer submitted to their will.
Then mine will have to be stronger. That you both might save your strength for the battle to come.
You don't have to do this.
If you do, there's a chance you might lose all you have left.
And what have I but regret? My life ended in the Dominion. I fear death no more. Besides, I would have words with Ultima. He has much to answer for.
We are in your debt, Dion.
We can speak of debts when this is over.
He speaks like a man who knows he's not coming back. And has come to terms with that.
That doesn't mean that we have to. Does it, Clive?
しっかりした
Talk
く
to Jill.
ああ、ケチルね。
I only hope she understands.
どうしよっかな。こっちか。
Come to wish on a star.
That might not be such a bad idea. This is it, Jill. You know what I have to do. Why I have to do it. There's no turning back now. This is where our journey was leading us. Where it will end, for better or worse.
I could pray to Metia for you. But you'll be all right, won't you, Clive? You always are.
I did promise we'd watch the moon together.
I'll be waiting.
It's almost time.
うわ、まだ
Better make sure.
新しいクエストがいっぱいあるやん。うわ、すぐ終わると思ったら。
What is it this time, Torgal?
ちょっとこういうのをクリアしていきますんで、すいませんね。
Something tells me this is no mere adventure story. Thank you, Uncle.
As for down here... Clive, my boy! Rutherford informs me that we owe you our thanks. Hadn't intended for you to get involved, but such are the times we live in, huh?
I would have done the same for anyone else.
You're far too modest, Clive. You'd make a terrible nobleman. But tell me, is the realm truly in as dire a state as Rutherford suggests?
From what little I saw, you were right to be worried.
I suppose I should have expected the worst. But I was rather hoping the great and good of the realm might have things a little more under control. Alas, it seems that firm leadership is in short supply these days, and without it, the people are bound to lose their way. We must move quickly.
But where do we start?
True, the challenges that face us are many, but in my estimation, there are two key areas to be addressed before any other. The realm's armies, and her larders. As you've seen firsthand, it's every man and woman for themselves out there. Certain cities have banded together to try and maintain some semblance of order, yes? But such cases are few and far between. And yet, the only remedy for the chaos that faces us is unity. A unity that transcends even the borders laid down by our ancestors. In short, if Storm does not stand together, she will fall apart.
But how would one even begin to unite the realm?
The armies, my boy. As I told you already, we begin by restoring order among the ranks of those sworn to maintain it. Sadly, I doubt I could convince even the lowliest gaggle of privates to dig a latrine together. But I do know someone the High Commanders have been known to listen to on occasion. Field Marshal Eugen Havel.
I thought he was retired.
He was, until an Akashic army tore through Randalar and killed most of the rank and file. There is no man alive more capable. Literally. And as luck would have it, I've already spoken with him on the matter.
Of course you have.
And he's agreed to help. On one condition. That he first speaks with you personally. Havel has always been a man of frustratingly rigid principle, and he has certain qualms about clasping arms with, well, with an outlaw. I extolled your many virtues as best I could, of course, but the old goat was adamant that he be allowed to appraise you in person. You don't mind, do you, my boy?
Of course not. As long as chaos reigns, we will never build a better world. I'll do whatever it takes. And if the Field Marshal wishes to speak with me in person, then so be it.
That's the spirit.
I'll leave for Randalar at once. Would you send a Stolas?
Of course. Rutherford is already in the Dalmekian capital. I'll have him tell Havel to expect you forthwith.
Excellent. Thank you, Uncle.
No. Thank you, Clive.
Thank you, Uncle. 何個まで進行中のクエストでできんだろうな。一旦近場から行ってみようか。
Say what you will, Lady Karen has seen our
Pining for something, boy. What is it? What do you see out there? I never did ask where you got that anklet of yours.
From Sid, that's why. On the day he brought him home.
That long ago?
And you're only thinking to ask this now? Sid saw that the pup had a habit of gnawing on his leg, since you ask. Clap that there iron on him to keep him from doing it.
What was wrong, boy?
I'll take like as not. Must have been hard on the poor whelp losing his loving masters at such a young age. Doubly hard in being a frost wolf, torn away from his icons and all. Sid would always tell him, you want that iron gone, you find what it is you're looking for. I reckon what he was looking for was you.
I'm sorry, Torgal. Sorry for making you wait so long. Let's get that thing off you.
でかくなったよな。どうした？外すなって？
Doesn't sound like he wants it off.
Indeed. You miss Sid as much as the rest of us, don't you?
伝わってる。
You want me to go with you somewhere?
Quick, aren't you? Glad you've been paying attention.
Not nearly as much as you have, Lady Karen.
Aye, good thing and all. It's not like Gav would have kept him in nuts and rubbed his belly these past 10 summers.
Your kindness is appreciated. You've been a good friend to him.
Only because he doesn't talk back like the rest of you. Go on now.
Where to then, Torgal?
続いて。いっぱいいんな。
What do you think happened to Miss Middle?
Sid, you have to help us.
With what? You didn't take apart another of Mid's contraptions, did you?
No. Well, yes. But that's not what we want to talk to you about.
It's Miss Mididol. She's been acting strange. Very strange. She's barely ever around.
When she is, she acts like we aren't even there. Her head's in a crowd.
In the clouds.
That's what I said. In the clouds.
Well, she does have a lot on her mind. When did you last see her?
Not long ago. Right after she got back from saving you from Stoneir.
Then it's probably just about the Enterprise. It did take quite a battering on the way there and back.
You didn't break it, did you, Sid? You really should be more careful around Miss Mididol's inventions. Don't listen to her. Even if you did break the Enterprise, you could put it back together, couldn't you?
But who's gonna put Miss Mididol back together? She seems really sad.
Why don't I go and see if I can cheer her up?
You do that? For us? She's in her dungeon.
Don't scare him. It's not a real dungeon.
Thanks for the warning.
うん、近くのやつからやっていきましょう。
Mid, if you have a...
That's it! I knew it! The answer was right here under my arse all along! If this doesn't steer to the skies, nothing will.
To the skies? You aren't trying to give the Enterprise wings, are you?
What else would I be doing?
The children seem to think you're avoiding them. They're worried about you. Is this really so important that you need to shut yourself away from everyone?
The Enterprise is already the fastest ship in the realm, and that's with the sea beneath her. But what if she weren't bound to the waves? What if she weren't bound to anything at all? It's not fair. The gods get the skies all to themselves, so I'm gonna do something about it. The Fallen had their chance, but they relied too much on magic. And see where that got them. But not me.
シドといえばね、飛空艇なんで
I just
ね。
discovered how to do it without. Well, almost. First, I need to make a prototype.
And is that a one-woman job?
Are you volunteering? I'll have you know the Enterprise is my baby. But if a godfather's offering to lend a hand, I'd be happy to take it. First, I'll need oil, and not just some old drippings from Miss Molly's spits in the tub and crown. Refined stuff, like they make in Ordil. Then I'll need some bone, or shell. Light, strong, preferably no longer attached to the beast it belongs to.
If it's beast bones you're after, I'm sure the curse breakers will know where you might find some.
No, they'll know where you might find some. You're the one who offered to help, remember?
I should speak with one of the curse breakers before I set off for Old Hill. See if I can't find this bone while I'm there as well.
Has Mididol mentioned a new project yet?
Not exactly.
ちょっと一個一個終わらせていくか。
All right, Sid. Come to buy us around, have you?
Only if you earn it. Mid needs a piece of light but durable bone for her next project. You've encountered your share of beasts on your travels across the realm. Any ideas?
Most bones are the same. Whack 'em hard enough and they'll break. If it's durability you're looking for, shell will serve you better. You know what an adamantus is?
I do. And I know to give them a wide berth. Will any old adamantus do?
Well, with shells, the older the harder. There's a rumour of an ancient adamantus down in Karava, near Old Bidza, or what's left of the village anyway. But don't expect to make quick
ま
work
だ
of the
まだちょっと
bastard.
時間かかりそうだね。
There's a reason it's lived as long as it has.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you. Vivian, I read your note, and I'd be happy to help you find the book you're looking for.
Thank you, Clive. But tracking it down will not be easy. Are you sure?
Please. You have always granted me your wisdom and insight whenever I asked. It's only right that I return the favor. Or at least attempt to.
You are too kind. Alas, what I ask of you is rather more trying than delivering the odd lecture. I spoke with Harpocrates to see if he had any inkling as to where another copy might be found, but... But perhaps it is best that you hear the details from him.
If you say so.
Forgive me, Clive, for asking this of you. But this book, it set me on the path to becoming who I am today. Its importance cannot be overstated. What will it be today? Well, Clive?
I am.
Naturally. I shall. Harpocrates knows of the tome I seek. Whether what he has to say makes you happy to have agreed to help me is another matter. How may I help you today? Of course.
How may I help you?
Study it well, Clive. Thus ends today's lesson.
Sid, I was wondering if you could help me.
It depends what with.
A bearer, but recently freed from his bonds, is keen to join the Cursebreakers. As you know, the work we do is not easy, which is why we test every volunteer's suitability. I was hoping you could oversee this one's evaluation.
I don't mind, but why this one?
Because he wants to be a scout. Our ranks are filled with men and women capable of breaking chains and putting slavers to the sword. But scouting, we're few with the nose for that, which is why we still rely so heavily on Gav. And since he accompanies you on so many of your missions, I thought you might be better placed to recognize the traits in him that we should look for in those who'd fill his boots.
Sounds reasonable.
So you're happy to oversee the boys' test, then?
One can never have too many scouts.
Truer words, Sid. I'll let the initiate know that you'll be attending his trial, and that he is to proceed directly to Northreach in readiness.
No time like the present, eh?
No time like the present. I'll await you there.
Northreach. I don't suppose they could have chosen somewhere closer.
めちゃくちゃ多いな。
All right, Toggle. Where are you taking me? I'm going to need a little bit more than that, boy. Do you have a better hint for me? Unless... you've already given me one. Back on the rear deck, you were looking west, toward Rosaria. Why don't we try the rookery? I haven't been to the island in almost 20 years. To Port Isolde, then. Fingers crossed the old mooring is still there.
めちゃくちゃ多いな、なんか。とりあえずやるか。もう全員聞くか、とりあえずね、このびっくりマークね。
Sid, do you have a moment?
By all means.
It's my old master. Seems there's no escaping her. She found some way to send me a letter. And something else. Records from a Waluda prison. Seems they were keeping a lot of bearers there.
How did she come by such a thing?
Finding bearers always was her strong point. It seems the cells of Balmung Dark are full of them. Foreign captives, the masterless. Bearers no one would miss. And even better for her, bearers with no one to look after them. When ether started lapping at the walls, the jailers fled.
Leaving the bearers to be liberated by whoever happened to come along next.
Sid, I'd like to believe that I've earned your trust by now. And while I'm well aware that you've forbidden Cursebreakers from traveling to Waloed, I can't let those bearers die in their cells. I'd rather risk shipwreck on the Shadow Coast than leave them to starve.
行きましょう。
We'll be needing the Enterprise if we're going to navigate the Narrow.
Does that mean...
I'm making an exception, but we travel together. And we stay no longer than we have to. Ash is an inhospitable place at the best of times. We save as many as we can, and we leave.
Thank you, Sid. There was a name in the prison register. A name from my past. Chadwick. Another of my former master's protégés. A gifted soldier, and the closest thing I had to family. The thought of him held captive in that place.
He must be very important to you.
He was. Is.
Then we find him.
The entrance to the prison lies in the shadow of Ravenwit Walls, just beyond the portcullis. We should head there as quickly as we can. I only pray there are still bearers alive to save.
As do I, Doris.
最強なんだろうな。移動できないんだもんね、動かないと。
Say what you will, Lady Karen has seen our...
どうやってこの上行くんだ、俺。
Whatever should I write next? A love story, perhaps? With a happy ending, of course.
I will not let them be forgotten. Sid, may I have a moment?
Of course.
It is an honor to finally speak with you. My name is Herman. I've been with the Cursebreakers for some time now, and I wish to be deployed to Ash. Any assignment will do.
No. The lands across the Narrow are too dangerous. I will not send good men and women to risk their lives needlessly. Why would you want to go back?
I need to retrieve something. Something important. I was raised in an orphanage. The Badbach Conservatory. Or rather, I was held captive there. It was not a place of nurture. It existed solely to turn bearer children into mindless weapons. We were tortured until we feared no pain. Tormented until our hearts turned to stone, and few ever survived long enough to become tools of the last king.
I can't imagine.
I lost so many. I can't even remember all their names, but they must be remembered. They cannot fade away, faceless and forgotten. The Institute was run with military precision. Every child measured, every name recorded, every death logged with meticulous care. Sid, allow me to travel to Ash and recover the registry so that my brothers and sisters might live on.
代わりに行きましょう。
You were a good friend, Herman. But the fact remains that Ash is simply too dangerous.
Sid, please. Even should it cost me my life.
Too dangerous for you, Herman. But not for me. I'll go to Badbach and find the registry.
You will?
I won't let you risk your life.
I don't know how to thank you.
You can start by telling me where I'll find this orphanage.
Vida Grace. Hidden in a forest, overlooking the plains.
All right. I'll see what I can find there.
May the mothers guide you.
おっしゃった。一旦 こはあるものの、
Do you suppose it's magic keeping the thing afloat?
What else could it be?
とりあえ
Has
ず
Midadol mentioned a new project yet? Miss Shirley says your books made quite an impression on the children. You've inspired them all to become writers themselves.
'Say what you will, Lady Karen has seen herself.
Ah, Clive, my boy. What a pleasure it is to see you.
Hippocrates. There's something I need to ask you. I've been charged with locating a book called From a Distance.
Then you seek a rare gem indeed. One whose name I had not thought to hear from your lips. You've been talking to Vivian.
Right as always. But she didn't seem keen to tell me very much. I take it she didn't like what you had to say.
And yet I gather it did naught to dissuade her.
若先生
Clive, if the young professor has tasked you with obtaining a copy, I fear she asks the impossible. The executors would not allow it.
The executors?
Coveters of Secrets. A clandestine organization committed to the collection and intenebration of forbidden texts and technologies. One such text being the tome Vivian seeks, chronicling as it does the true history of the enslavement of bearers. A tale which could overturn the established order were it ever to become widely known. Or, so rumor has it. I've never actually read the thing, or even set eyes on it for that matter.
How is it that I haven't heard of this organization?
Why, secrecy is the executor's watchword. They lurk in the shadows, emerging only to seize that which must be seized, be it books, inventions, or people, before disappearing again, leaving nary a trace.
Which would explain why Vivian's copy was snatched from her grasp not long after she found it.
By the hand of the executors, yes.
But what drives them? Self-interest or ideology?
Fine question. Sadly, all that is known of the executors can be recounted in a single breath. You may just as soon ask me of their origins, numbers, or the identities of their leaders. Any answer I give would be pure speculation.
Then my hunt was doomed from the first. What was Vivian expecting? That I'd pluck it from thin air?
Not from thin air, no. From ash. Rumors of the executors are rife among the scholars of Storm, but rather less so across the strait. I have a friend. Well, I had a friend in the village of Garnick, a collector of rare tomes, upon which subject we would oft correspond. Alas, I have heard naught from him since the skies fell dark. And no doubt he too has turned. But though he did not mention it by name, it is possible that a surviving copy of From a Distance yet rests upon one of his many shelves, quietly awaiting discovery. If you were, by some chance, able to save even a single book from the poor man's library, I know his soul would rest easier.
Very well. When I next find myself in Waloed, I'll be sure to pay Garnick a visit.
Good morrow to you, my friend. Ah, yes. Indeed. Then go. Having never visited, I cannot tell you. I make no guarantee that you will find what you seek there. I have compiled some new entries, if you would like to see them. Now this, I believe you will find most interesting. If you have a question for me, I should be happy to answer it.
Ah, Clive. This is it then, brother. Indeed.
You're wrong.
俺一人の力じゃないと。
Of course. Joshua, what's wrong? And don't say nothing.
It's not nothing. I've received word from Cyril. The Undying have found Father's will, or something akin to it.
His will? How and where?
In the crypt beneath Rosalith Castle. After Kupka was kind enough to drive out the Imperials, the Undying took the opportunity to recover what relics of the Duchy yet remained. And in the process of doing so, they found a letter from Father.
I'm surprised anything survived down there.
Cyril asked that I join him in Tabor at my convenience. I have been meaning to go, but... would you join me?
全部引き受けましょう。
Of course. I want to know what's in that letter as much as you do.
Very well. I'm ready to leave when you are.
これで映画みたいなやなあ、噛んじゃったよ。映画みたいやなは昨日のやつですね。どこ行こうとしたんだっけ。これで一旦全員の話を聞いたので、すいません、なんかこう本当はここに向かうんですけど、一旦このびっくりマークがついてるやつを全部クリアしていきたいと思います。そうしないとね、全クリにはならないと思ってるから。
Are you buying or selling? Go safely.
Mm-hmm.
Your Grace, my lord, I trust your journey was not overly onerous.
Cyril, you found a letter from Father?
Yes, I have it here. If you would do us the honor, my lord.
An inheritance.
It would seem the late Archduke penned this missive shortly before his passing.
The day before we left for Phoenix Gate.
What are these plans he spoke of?
His plans for the Duchy, Your Grace. Your father entrusted them to my predecessor, the former bearer of the Burning Quill, who entrusted them in turn to me. The complete emancipation of bearers is their stated aim. But your father's dream did not end there. His Grace also spoke of building hospices to care for those stricken by the curse, and the founding of a new university to further the development of non-magical technologies. With the blight spreading ever more widely across the Twins, Archduke Elwyn saw this as the only means of securing Rosaria's survival.
He wished to see men and bearers treated as equals. To see centuries of common wisdom overturned. Small wonder he did not think it achievable within his lifetime.
But he thought it achievable nonetheless. Had he not, he would never have written this message. Nor would he have entrusted his vision to his most faithful aides, those who would have stood with you, shielded you from the machinations of the less benevolent personages at court.
It's a pity only they are still with us.
'Tis true that those most loyal to your father were the first to suffer the Duchess's wrath. But one at least remains, and she has come bearing gifts.
What do you mean?
Mayhap it is better that she explain, my lord. After all, the duties entrusted to me by my predecessor extended only to recovering His Grace's will and arranging a meeting with the one who might execute it, or a part of it at least.
And where is this woman?
She awaits you in the archive, Your Grace.
Thank you, Cyril. Shall we then?
こいつ本当に味方だったんだ。
My lord, your grace. I hardly recognize you. I am Goditha, retainer of House Rosfield, loyal servant to the Phoenix and his shields. Your father,
そうめんありがとうございます。
Kelwyn, entrusted me with the delivery of a gift. I only hope you can
いいです
forgive
ね、
my
そうめん。
tardiness in bringing it to you.
Lift up your head, Lady Goditha. You have our gratitude for your service to our
ラー
house
メン、つけ麺、
and to
僕
our
そう
father.
めん。
I merely
あり
did
がとう
my
ございます
duty, as any proud Rosarian would.
My lady, perhaps you could explain a little more? What exactly is the gift you bring?
As I'm sure you know, it has long been the custom for the children of House Rosfield to be presented with certain keepsakes upon their coming of age.
Indeed it has. Our father often spoke of the day when our turn would come.
And had he lived to see it, he would have presented you with the treasures I bear. Matching armbands for you both. Alas, he did not live. Indeed, he was taken from us even before they could be completed. He had intended to claim the Heartstone with which each armband was to be finished himself, but it was not to be. And his gifts remain incomplete.
I see.
It saddens me to bring them before you, as they are. It was your father's wish that you be presented with the finished articles, not these works in progress. But with his grace long since gone, and the stone left unclaimed, I had little choice. You are grown men now, and his house is yours. And while I would not presume to insist upon your claiming the Heartstone in his stead, I know that nothing would have pleased him more than for you to do so.
Thank you, Lady Goditha.
What say you, Clive?
What else? Of course, my lady. May our father's will be done.
Oh, I am much obliged.
Do you know where we might find this Heartstone, my lady?
I do. Though it may be a matter of a good deal more than simply happening upon it. It is found in the bellies of elder griffins, you see. We do at least know where to find one. A certain specimen has made its nest in Titan's Wake, not far from here.
A certain specimen?
You are most perceptive, Your Grace. In answer to your unspoken question, yes. In fact, this is the very same beast your father meant to slay. I have been tracking its movements since you were but a boy. Were you to slay it in his stead, as men of House Rosfield,
It would surely make your father proud.
What say you, Joshua?
What else? Titan's Wake is to the south of here. But we must not be hasty. The good lady has been disappointed once already.
Lord Marquis, if you have a moment.
What is it, Cyril?
One of our brethren lately journeyed across the strait in order to pursue a new avenue of inquiry in our ongoing investigation. He sent an owl some while ago, but we have heard naught from him since.
Was he surveying another fallen ruin?
No. The object of his study was a savior cult that has arisen in Ash in recent years. We believe it may have some connection to the Circle of Malleus, an ancient religion that worshipped Ultima as its god. By gaining an understanding of this new faith, we hoped to learn more of the Circle's original beliefs.
And so you sent one of your brothers to Ash? A continent teeming with orcs and Akashic?
Fully cognizant of the risks, yes. I entrusted the mission to one of the most able of our order, the Third Chair, a master of the arts of combat and survival both. Though he has been silent for some days now, I have thus far refrained from sending any others in search of him, lest they be lost in turn. Yet, it seemed only right to inform you of the situation, given your unique experience of the perils of Ash. For as you so earnestly advised me, it would not do to abandon a man to his fate, when he might yet be saved.
やりましょう。
It would not. But Ash is a big place. Can you be any more specific?
Perhaps. The last owl I received from him mentioned a village where he had heard the cult were wont to assemble. Mickleburg was its name. It lies in the southern reaches of Waloed. If aught ill befell him, I expect it did so there.
Right. I'll see what I can do.
You are much too kind, my lord. Go then, with my hopes, and may the Firebird's flame ever burn in your heart.
If this new faith really is an offshoot of the Circle of Malleus, then...
まずはこっちから行きましょうかね。
Fly, Ambrosia.
ちゃう。こっちだな。まあどっちでもいけるんだけどね。こっちが行きやすいよね。チョコも飛びますよ。こうやって。こんぐらいしか飛べないですけど。こんぐらいしか飛べないですよ。こんぐらいしか飛べないですけど。すいません。
There it is. For House Rossfield.
まあレベル40ね。風かなこいつは。なんか。 れはちょっとダルビッシュ。うわっと、まあミスったぜ。これで突進してくるんだよね。うわ、見えやったね今ね、完全に。うわー、終わった。なるほどね。なるほどね。うわー、だる。これはちょっと余計切らんな。ありがとうございます。そうですね、これなんと前から出てたんですよね。名前忘れましたけど。
Is this the Heartstone?
I expect Lady Goratha will know.
次はここに向かいたいので、こっちに行くか。このチョコボ乗ってますからね、こっちもね。本当はチョコボ黄色なんですけど。そっちか。難しいんですよね、このチョコボの操作。パンサーごめんなさい、ごめん。Chop.
It looks like we found it.
What's up? 毎回この連打なんですけどね。でこれからのあ、間違えた。やる。ナイス。ナイスです。
If Mid needs another, she can come and get it herself.
宝箱はないのかな。なさそうですね。で、ここに戻りつつのどうだ、上か。
Oh, thank the Founder you were safe. The Griffin is slain then?
And the Heartstone claimed.
Yes, this radiant luster like frozen flame is just as your father described it. Thank you, my lord. Your grace. Your father would be so proud.
Lady Goditha, the lapidary is ready.
Thank you, Cyril. I will be with him shortly. If you would excuse me, I shall have the stone cut and set forthwith.
これちょっとネタバレなんですけど、ボス戦で
The armbands are complete.
うわナイス。
Take them. They
ア
are
ルテマと
yours.
戦うんですけ
After
ど
all,
結構長期戦になるらしい。
Heartstone is harder and more enduring than garnet, or even ruby. It symbolizes unwavering will and devotion. And the graven vines encircling the stone represent the unbreakable bonds between you.
It's a message. Father knew we had enemies both inside and outside the duchy. Enemies who would thwart his vision. Only with unwavering devotion would it ever be realized.
And only if we stood together, as Phoenix and Shield, as brothers in arms.
Phoenix.
Only then might those enemies be overcome.
Indeed. His Grace knew the enormity of the task he would entrust to you, his heirs. But this was more than just a message. It was a promise. That he would always be with you.
Thank you, Lady Goditha, for remaining the steadfast custodian of our father's will.
Forgive me, my lady, but there is something I don't quite understand. The Undying told me that after Father died, Mother claimed all of the ducal treasures for her own. Even if the armbands were incomplete, she would surely not have overlooked them. So, how were you able to keep them from her?
Because I was the keeper of the vault. Though I was but a lowly servant, your father spoke to me of his intentions for the bands, of the deep love he had for both of you, and his hopes for your future. In the days before the disaster at Phoenix Gate, I discovered that the Duchess had ordered her jewelry be sent away from the castle. It was then that I knew she meant to betray us. I tried to warn your father, but it was too late. When word of the fire reached Rosalith, I knew my time was short. So I took up the armbands and I fled into the night.
And thank the Founder you did.
Yet my duty to your father was incomplete. Not knowing what else to do, I followed the Griffin, thinking I might claim the Heartstone on its passing. And so my pursuit continued, until Lord Cyril appeared before me. He informed me that His Grace's will had been recovered, and that his sons were alive and well.
Lady Goditha, on behalf of my father and all the people of Rosaria, I thank you for your loyal service.
As do I.
Thank you, my lord. Your Grace, for coming back to us, for giving my service meaning.
なんと下がるのね。でもやっぱり父が残したってなったらこれつけたいよね。いいでしょ
う。The bands suit you well. It must be gratifying to finally receive the inheritance that was denied you for so long.
It is. And we thank you for the part you played, Cyril.
If you would permit me to play my part a little longer, might I suggest that you make your way to your father's memorial atop Hawk's Cry Cliff? Let him see that you have received his blessing, and that his vision lives on in you.
I suppose it would be churlish not to. What do you say, Clive? Shall we pay father a visit?
I think we should. I was hoping to be able to offer him my thanks before we left for Origin.
Your father's helm is enshrined there. It has been since the day we recovered it from Phoenix Gate. I prithee claim it, for it too is a part of your inheritance, and I do not doubt that your father would prefer it in your hands than perched upon some lonely rock.
Thank you, Cyril.
こいつ謎だな、本当に。ずっと謎。
Come on, Clive. He's waiting.
ここには何もないのかなと思ったらここにあるので。
Here to help me pack? Thanks, but I'll be traveling light. I'm almost finished already, in fact.
You're really going to go through with this, then?
I am. But before I go, there is one small issue I'd like your assistance with. Well, two, in fact.
If it's within my power to help you, I will.
It's the children. I refuse to let them share in my disgrace. And if I leave them here, they surely will. Our friendship would see them ostracized forever. But I can't take them with me either.
これちょっと最終回にならなさそうだな。
Certain to be safe and provided for and loved. The hideaway.
ミッションが多すぎ問題。
The children would be more than welcome.
明日だな。
Thank you, Clive. I will not forget this.
Lubor, are you still here?
What is it, Ferda? You look pale.
There's been a flood in the Velcroy, a damn big one. The League of Outlaws encampment was completely submerged in ether.
What?
Every last one of the bastards has turned, and they're headed this way.
配信を終えてからちょっとタイトル変えますね。
The town guard won't stand a chance against them. We need to evacuate. There's no time to lose. Ferda, gather the men. The Akashic may strike at any
明日までナイス。ありがとうございます。多分今日はね、このサブミッションじゃないけど、サブクエストで終わりそうな気がする。終われんのかな？
The children stay with me for now. I need you to find Conrad and Natalie. Tell them to prepare for a full and immediate evacuation.
Understood.
I'll do what I can to convince everyone else. Wish me luck.
What's in a
You have to listen to me. They're coming.
Why do they always have to make such a fuss outside?
Ah, it's you.
What do you want, Lord Underhill?
To pass on an important message. There's been an ether flood out in the Velcroy. The camp where the so-called League of Outlaws were gathering has been swallowed. They're no longer just bandits. They're Akashic now, and they could be here at any moment. You need to begin preparing for a full-scale evacuation right away.
Oh, do we? And who was it who gave you this disturbing news, might I ask?
Lubor, perhaps? The man spreading the same poison out in the square as we speak. You may believe his lies, my lord, but we know better.
But why would he lie about something like this?
Some twisted attempt at revenge, perhaps. If he had not been unmasked, he may well have been elected our leader. A great honor for one of his kind. One he might well feel aggrieved at having been denied.
人種差別というかね、そのくらいの。
But it has become all too evident where your sympathies lie. Lubor
ヒ
cannot
ー
be
なんて言うんだ
trusted,
っけ
and neither, therefore, can you.
You may not
ヒエ
trust
ラ
me,
ルキーだっけ
but for the sake of your people, ask yourselves if there is any chance that this is true.
There isn't. You can be certain of that. Now be off with you.
You're making a mistake.
でもここでさ、止めたら止めたでさ、結局嘘やんって思われるんでしょ。
You're right. Let's speak to Lord Ferder.
I think we'd better shut up.
What's Lubor raving about now?
Lord Ferder.
Sid, what's wrong?
I went to warn Conrad and Natalie about the Akashic, but they wouldn't listen. They've convinced themselves that nothing Lubor says can be trusted.
The bloody fools.
Which means the town guard can't be counted on for support. But I can. If there's anything I can do to help you defend Dalamil, you only have to ask.
I appreciate it.
Sid! Ferder! I've been looking for you everywhere.
Victor? I thought you'd left.
I couldn't abandon a friend in need. And Blue Boy is in need at this very moment. Come quickly.
結局そうだよね。ここで食い止めちゃうと。
You have to believe me. The Akashic are coming. They don't eat, they don't sleep, they don't tire, and they don't care who they kill. They're unlike anything that's come before. There will be no parley, no mercy granted. We may have saved the town once, but this is different. I do not ask that you forgive me, but please believe me. If you do not run, you will die. You will all fucking die!
You'd like that, wouldn't you, Bearer?
Yeah, with us out of the way, your kind will be free to claim Dalamil for yourselves.
It's you who should run!
Run, Bearer!
Yeah, run!
Run!
Far, far away!
Run!
Just go!
Yeah.
ひどいね。どんだけ石あんのよ。砂漠でしょ。
Wait, someone's coming.
Stop!
容赦ないな。
What did Lubor ever do to you? He solves all your stupid problems, and he keeps all of you safe. You know there's nothing he wouldn't do for this town. Who was it who made that cleaver you use every day, Conrad?
And what about your counting table, Natalie? Who fixed that?
Whose men make sure the streets are clean so all your boots don't get dirty?
Who spends all day every day making sure things run smoothly around here? And none of you ever say thank you. Ever.
But did Lubor ever complain? Well, does he ever stop smiling?
He keeps this whole place going. And you act like he doesn't even exist.
子供の方がよっぽど大人じゃん。
Lubor, we have heard enough.
Wait!
We will not run. The town guard will not abandon the very place it is sworn to protect.
And I will not give up for lost the stores that we labored so hard to fill.
So tell us, how do you propose we deal with these Akashic of yours?
We won't run, but we will fight.
All right, then. Fine. Gather round if you don't want to die.
エーテルだっけな、青く汚染されたゾンビみたいな敵なんですけど、いや普通の一般ピーポーがそのアカシアっていう、ウイルスに感染してしまって、人間だけど人間じゃないようなゾンビみたいな感じになって、理性もないまま人を襲いかかる。
Driven only by hate and rage, and they are utterly unpredictable. With the bandits, we at least knew how and where they were likely to attack. When these creatures come, Dalamil will have the bitterest fight it has ever faced on its hands. The town guard will muster at the north gate. The rest of us will take the south. Both forces will provide men to serve as scouts and messengers, ready to spread word of the size and nature of the Akashic force as soon as it is spotted. And as soon as it has been, we will converge on its position and see that it is driven back from Dalamil at all costs. Conrad, can I count on the support of the town guard?
Always.
I leave the selection and coordination of the messengers in your hands, Victor.
Okay, man.
The command of our men in yours, Ferda. If you would both be so kind.
Consider it done.
As you wish.
Natalie, I would ask that you and your people
アカシアも本当にもともとは人間なんで、本当はそういうことしたくないけど、仕方ないですよね。
Preserving life is our one and only concern. As long as we survive, it doesn't matter what trinkets we might lose. Our riches can be regained. And if anyone doubts that, let it be known that the Briar's Kiss stands ready to cover any losses.
Very well. I shall tell them.
Where do I fit into this plan?
Where else but the most perilous place of all? I would like you to travel to the home of our erstwhile League of Outlaws, Cheratina itself. The main host is most likely still there, and Dalimil will not be safe until it is eradicated, root and branch.
A little gardening. How pleasant.
I doubt it. I have a feeling these weeds will be particularly stubborn.
Luckily, so am I.
So you are.
All right then, we all know what we have to do. Now it's simply a matter of doing it. For Dalimil.
For Dalimil.
Looks like everyone's ready.
行くか。
I'd better not keep them waiting.
これもしかしてさ、そうだよね。こうやって飛んだ方が早い説。いやー、これなんだっけ、アカシアっていうのはこのなんていうの、青いウイルスに汚染されて。こいつらです。こいつらっすね。なんかかっこいい技使ってたな、こいつ。お、なんか強そう。お前が。そうだよね。わあ、ごめんなさい。で、こうやりつつこれで破壊すると。これはね、若干回復するんでね、体力がね。
The League is disbanded. I should get back to Dalimil and see how the others fared.
"しばらくして."
All the Akashic we were able to find have been dealt with. Seems that might be the last of them.
Last of them here, perhaps.
Lubo, Clive has returned.
Clive! What news from Charatina?
It's done. Root and branch.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Thank you, my lord.
Friends, the Horde has been driven back. The Akashic have been defeated. And we need not fear the arrival of any more, thanks to Clive. Victory is ours.
We bloody did it.
We saved
Bloody.
Dalimil.
Lubor, allow me to apologize. After all you have done for this town, we should never have doubted you.
But we did. And for that we are truly sorry. We only hope that you can forgive us.
We need you, Lubor. Dalimil needs you. So, if you would still like to be considered for the position of mayor, you have our backing.
You do remember that I'm a bearer, don't you?
We do. But that is not a stain on your
裏切ら
character.
れたってどういうこと？
It is a stain on ours. We thought only of what we perceived bearers to be, not what you truly are. The man who saved Dalimil twice over.
I see. But I will only accept your proposal on 2 conditions.
Name them.
Two condition
Firstly,
条件になるんだ。
that you will both do everything in your power to rally your people to my cause. If the Town Guard and the Merchants League do not accept my leadership, it will be doomed from the start. Unity is the key to defending Dalimil, and I do not doubt that we shall need to call on our combined strength again. When that time comes, I will expect us all to pull together, just as we did today.
Of course. You have our word.
And secondly, you will accept that if I am to lead you, the mistreatment of bearers must end here in Dalimil. Any bearer within our walls shall be afforded the same rights as any other citizen. They will not be judged by what they are, but who they are.
As we failed to do, and came so close to losing everything.
We agree to your conditions. And we have only one in return. That you continue to work for the good of Dalimil, as you always have.
Condition accepted. Well then, it seems my mayorship is all but confirmed. Do I get some sort of special hat? How fickle fate can be. Not so long ago, I had resigned myself to leaving Dalimil in disgrace. And now, I find myself her leader. Here. For everything.
Lubo, about the children.
Fear not, you are of course relieved of your responsibility. I would sooner face another horde of Akashic than see them brought up as outlaws. I'll make sure they're safe here.
I don't doubt that you will. And not just the children, but everyone in Dalimil.
I'll do my best. Can't have all your hard work going to waste.
ということで、一旦ここは終わります。 ここからクリアしていこうか。一個ずつ街をね。
Do you see that too?
What is it? Please, just make it stop. I'm scared.
Come on. Run like the wind.
もうちょいまっすぐか。
It can't be Rutherford, can it?
Turncoats and cowards, the lot of you! If it's a fight you want, it's a fight you shall have!
Allow me.
I don't need your...
Please, Field Marshal, oblige him.
This won't take long.
You're right. It won't. Men,
なんか強そうな
finish him.
感じはするけど。いやー、そうなんですよ。最終回だと思ったんですけど、ちょっとね、タイトル詐欺でございますね、これ。ひょっぷりはん、ありがとうございます。ごはんさん、ご無沙汰ですね、でもね、ありがとうございます、本当に。What's up?終わる終わる。あ、待ってなんか変なことしちゃったわ。そうなんですよね、まだ終われないんっぽいよこれ。待ってくださいね。なんかね、最終回だと思ったんですけど、なんかサブミッションが多くて。あ、怒った。怒りました今。そうですね、なんぼあっても。でも結構長い。おお。
A little longer than I'd have liked.
そうっすね、サブクエは多い。意外と大変なんですよね。
Field Marshal Havel, I presume. Are either of you injured?
No, my lord. You arrived just as our escort turned on us.
Fucking traitors. I'd heard reports of soldiers in the outlying regions abandoning the oaths they swore.
But I hadn't thought the corruption had reached so close to the heart of the Republic. It's a fucking disgrace. Your interfering old bastard of an uncle tried to warn me, of course. My lord Marquis. Or is Sid the Outlaw more to your liking?
Call me what you want. It doesn't change who I am, or the urgency of the message I bring. My uncle has a plan to right the realm, and he needs your help to see it through.
Before I agree to anything, I'd have you answer one question. What do you stand to gain from all this?
I won't deny that I might benefit from further chaos. But I seek a new beginning for all of us. And while the choices I've made may not always have been the right ones, I know I made them for the right reasons. For so long, so many of us have been told how we could live, how we could die, when it should have been our decision all along. Now we have a chance to put things right. But in order to take it, we must stand together. Even if it be beside those with whom we don't see eye to eye.
Certainly not the words I expected from an outlaw.
合格。
But perhaps your uncle was right. You are no ordinary outlaw. I'll never hear the end of this. All right. I'll start by ordering my most trusted guard to bring the Dalmekian fringes under control. Next, I'll make contact with my counterparts in the Imperial Army and see if I can't convince them to try and restore order in their own territory.
Thank you, Field Marshal.
But they are not the only ones we will need to convince.
What do you mean?
I don't doubt that I can bully some sense into a few generals. But those they answer to require a different kind of persuasion. And when it comes to honeyed words, well, we will need an envoy. One who can court even the most stubborn of statesmen. You, perhaps.
I'm flattered. But I'm no diplomat either. And I have other problems to attend to.
いや、
What we need
サブクエをしなくても進めるはずです。
just the person.
Is that so? And would he happen to be an outlaw too?
Of a different kind, perhaps.
Well, beggars can't be choosers. I suppose we'll all have to find a little of the outlaw in ourselves if we're to make it through this.
行ってみましょうかね、確かにね。せっかくだから。
Send your man to me right away.
I shall.
これはちょっと番外編でやるとして、ちょっと早速行ってみようかな。
Your Lord Uncle bade me escort the Field Marshal to his manor in Port Isolde.
And I will see that my associate joins you there.
Very good, my lord.
せっかくみんな見に来てくれてるんでね。
An envoy. I'm not sure I'm the man to talk anyone round. I can barely convince my brother to take his medicine. No. This is a job for someone with experience. Someone like Quentin. I hope I can convince him at least.
Take your time. ありがとうございます。ちょっと待ってくださいね。でもね、ここで新規21時50分これだもんね。こうしといて、行きましょう。
you're at it. Clive, if you see me dad up there, tell him we were right to leave his legacy with you.
Tell him he'll be in the front row. There's no way he'd miss this. Well, behave yourself, Mid.
We'll see.
So, you're in charge now, Gav.
And what does Taya have to say about that? Come back before she finds out, eh?
Thank you, Yote. I'm sorry.
Your Grace, I shall pray for your safe return.
That's kind of you. But you should pray he took his medicine. I didn't spend all night grinding herbs for his lordship to leave them on his nightstand. Again.
You needn't fear, Lady Taya. And thank you.
なんで人参?
See that your brother comes back in one piece. Or, at most, two. Any more and you can heal him yourself.
I'll keep that in mind.
Well, there's nothing to say that hasn't already been said. But that's never stopped me before.
人参ぶら下げる
So just
ぶら下げる
do
的な?
what needs doing. Yeah, and don't worry about us.
We'll do our best, Uncle.
That we will.
柔らかごはんさんのアイコンですね。人参大好
That
きな。
is all?
Not quite. Jill.
It's time, isn't it?
It is. Take care of him. And you. You take care of her too, boy.
Don't forget,
あ
Clive.
高い人参しか食べないと。
We all choose our own path. Believe in yours.
舌が超えてますね。
I do.
I'll be back. I promise.
ででんてんででん。
I love you, Jill.
I'll be back.
I know. I love you too.
いいですね。キース、キース。ありがとうございます。18金なんでね、すいません。来た、ありがとうございます。こんな大勢の前でね、チューなんて本当ありがとうございます。 そうめん拭いたってどういうことですか？どんだけ長く食べてるんですか？
We have a god to kill.
それ興奮しすぎて拭いたんですかね。ありがとうございます、本当に。バハム。そこはバハムートで行くんだね。こうもしかしたらあれなのかな、こうサブクエとかを全部やったらエンディングが変わるとかあんのかな。オリジン。オリジン弁当美味しいですからね。
Here they come. Hold on, Joshua. Already am.
ムーさんが大好きなバハムートですね、これね。ちょっとよくわかんない。すいません。オリジンだけに。メガフレア。
It's going to make us a way in.
まだこのバハムートの力持ってたんだこいつ。
So this is Origin.
A far cry from heaven.
Where it all began, where it all begins, our ark, your architect.
There you are.
It was here that we slumbered, here that we waited for centuries, clinging to our decrepit shell, for fear that we might have need of it once again. But you have come at last.
こっからもちょっと長いみたいなんですよね、この戦いが。
And now we shall be truly
頑張ります。
Well,
池王子？
There's three of us.
このアルテマが？
Of him. Let's make it count.
ご飯さんのタイプってことですね、このアルテマ。頑張る。ガムバル。何まっつみ？ま コマンドだな多分。ちょっと待ってくださいね。コマンドが急に。ちょっと待って。あ、何これ。なんか。もうローが見えないんだよ、なんも。ジジイってまだ何の話ですか。ちょっと待ってください。ちょっと見えないんだよね。ちょっとちゃんと画面見とかないと。おい、これは食らっていいやつなんだよね。全然食らってないやん相手。やられるやつこれ大丈夫？いや、どうなんだろう。強すぎ問題。リミット技やな。連打かよ。急に連打くんなよ。急に連打くんなよ。勝った？とか言っちゃった。
And you only surrendered. This unpleasantness could have been avoided.
マザーね、マザー。なんだ今のさ。負け？うわー。 とね、光には注意してくださいみんな。部屋を明るくしてね。申し訳ないけどバハムートはフラグ立ってたよね。いや、嘘？バハムート言ってる？バハムートのことも心配してあげてよ。
No.
フェニックス不死鳥っていうんですかね。それでみんなを助けてあげて。まずは確かに今ちょっとごめん、ごはんさんが言ってくれたマッツ・ミケルセンだっけ、似てるわ。アルテマに似てるわ。ファンタビにも出てんだね、この人ね。似てるわ。確かに。何役なの？ダンブルドア的な
？Press on.
Always.
あ、すいませんね。手紙が届きました。後ろは何もない、向けないね、そもそも後ろ。
Sorry about Dion.
ダンブルドアの恋人？
Did what he had to do.
LGBT ってことですかね。
Should we stop?
Because of the cough.
ピピピピ。ピ
I think we're past
ッ
that,
ピのピ。
Clive.
なるほどね。お互い最強ってことなんだね。
That light, so cold, so empty. We're close, aren't we?
It
ピッピってさ、ピーポーってこと？
what could be waiting for us in there.
スキピーとか言うもん
Think
ね。
instead of those waiting for us at home.
すいませんね、分かってなくてね。 キピカレピピッピ。なるほどですね。ポケモン入っていく的な、指を振る的なね。あ、ポケモンじゃないですかね。これ全部召喚獣じゃない？
This is the Nexus, a wellspring of life, yours and ours. As we watch the world stumble slowly to its dark end, it was here we pledged a new beginning. And now, with the ether we have harvested, I shall raise my kin from their eternal slumber, that together we may usher in a new age of reason.
This was never about creation, only self-preservation. You condemned an entire world so that you alone might escape death.
Alone. Him. Alone. Life. I think I understand. He...
似てるわ。確かに。なんか失礼かもしんないけど。どうしたどうしたどうした？
They sacrificed their flesh to become beating hearts of crystal that pumped the land's lifeblood from the depths of the earth unto this very chamber. And thus would they labor still, long after their work was done, had you not set them free.
You meant for us to destroy the mother crystals. It's what you wanted all along.
You have our gratitude, Mythos. In this you have served us well. You have both served us well. Welcome home, brother.
Brother? うわ、やばい。
I thought it was me, but it wasn't my grasp that grew weaker. It was theirs that grew stronger.
危ない危ない。
Joshua! No!
And now we can become one.
でも全部の召喚獣の力が多分宿るよね。
The one possessed of the destructive flames of Ifrit and the healing flames of the Phoenix.
チートっすよ。
I
チ
once
ーター。
believed would be Ultima's true form. But I was wrong. I see it now. Why you will never become Ultima's vessel.
I don't care. Just hold on. Listen to me, Clive. You remember the murals? People once knew that Ultima was their god.
通報しといてください、本当に。倒さないとな。
They worshipped him, prayed to him, looked to him for guidance. In vain. In vain. For he did not listen, did not acknowledge our will, and so we strayed from his path to forge one of our own. So absorbed was he in his own desires, so driven by his own will alone, that he shunned the one thing that could have made him truly powerful. Faith. The same faith people now place in you. Faith that you will fulfill their dream, Sid's dream, of creating a better world for us. Faith that you will follow in Father's footsteps and save those who need saving most. Faith that you will answer Jill's plea to save yourself. The difference is, Clive, that you chose to listen, and that is what has steeled our bonds. Bonds that helped you stand firm when Ultima's pull was at its strongest. His power may be absolute, but so is ours. And so will yours be.
おっと。
With my light in your heart, not even a god might stop us. Joshua! Don't do it, you'll... Enough, Clive. My body is too far gone. If the wound does not take me, the curse will. I have always been proud to call you my shield. But now, it is the world that needs you. Thank you, Clive, for being my brother. Look at me, Joshua. Open your eyes! Open your eyes, Damien! Why? Why did you do this? Joshua! Joshua!
And thus does the final piece fall into place. The incantation primed, but one task remains. To empty the vessel.
これ一体戦ったとこだね。夢の中で。
Even now, you would deny the inevitable.
Sa, さあ、本当に最後の戦いかもしれない。応援よろしくお願いいたします。
On this, my sword, I swear, to shield the Firebird's flame forevermore.
Why?
You know nothing of magic.
なんやねん、そういうの。もう、あ、嘘。いや、ホーリーっていうこの白魔法ね。最強の。わあ、もうソーリーメン。そういうのやめてもろて。
Countless centuries have I waited for this moment. This moment in which I might revel in my creation, only to find it profaned and so.
何ですか?
It must be cleansed.
なんですのこれ。
Unexpected. How is it that your will yet endures?
Because it's not so easily broken.
But it can be broken.
何
And I shall see it.
まずはね、こう攻撃を見極めるしかないんですよ。うわ、アルテマ来た。何なんだよ。うわ。はい、強い。なんだよ、もう。
Conceited fool.
Nice try.
もう、うわー、またミスったよ。それは見えんやったな。それは見えん。もう攻撃がね。ああ、ソーリー。相打ちじゃねえのかい。間違ったよね。間違ってるよね、完全に。いや、強い。ああ、もうこれようわからん。あぶねえ。うい。もう一回。もう一回。クラッシュ。ナイス。やったんじゃね？意外にあっけない感じ？なんか戦国無双だっけな、三国無双だっけな、オロチみたい。
Flesh and bone. You are not one of us. I created you, all of you. And what is mine is mine to destroy.
Once, perhaps.
多分もうこれ勝ちだね。
But we are no longer yours. Our flames are our own, and they burn as one.
うわ、急に来るのはやめてもらいたい。なるほど。 いい通り。なんてこと。強すぎ問題だよ、それは。わかんないわかんない、それ。いや、食らうか。ちょっと待ってね、ちょっと待ってね。全然距離感がつかめん。いやー、わかんないわかんない、これ。うわー、こんなんわかるかよ。そうすんね。そうっていった。ごめん、ちょっとわかんねえ。強すぎ問題。近すぎんだよね。強すぎです。これはね、わかんない。だってこれでやっと半分ぐらいでしょ。隙がわかんないんだよな。これが避けれないんだよね。 全然食らってなくね？何おわおわ、びっくりした。うわー、出たー。これをね、壊さないとね、一撃自殺がするんですよね。だからもうこれ死ぬ気でやります。30秒。今食らっていいよ。まずい。やれるかな。やりたいんだけど。10秒でござる。間に合い。ギリス。そうだよね。 もう攻撃させてくれ。見えねえ。距離感がつかめねえ。ダルビッシュ。ああ、馬だ。これっしょ。これで倒します。
No. My will is inviolable. Something is wrong.
You're afraid. You always have been. From the moment the Blight exposed what you were, weak, you conceived us to prove otherwise. But the results shook you to the core. For in us you saw yourself, and realized we had the potential to be more than you could ever be. And so you turned your back on your creation. Your back on the world, like the coward you are.
You think you know me? You know nothing, Logos. Nothing.
まだ戦うの？やめましょうよ。命がいくらあっても。いやどうなんだろうね。 最終形態的な
I stand above you, my rebirth complete.
やめてあげて、本当そうっすよ。
Shall pay the proper price. An eternity of anguish.
Anguish. Pain. Suffering. You have known none of these. But we have. So we know what they grant. They bring us together. And that makes us strong.
戦いっすね。強すぎ強すぎ。何？一応ね、ちょっともう先にこういうのは使っといて。すいません。これはいろんな召喚獣の技っすね。いつハイポーション使った俺。強い。軽いなこれは。嘘。今だ。足をしみはしない。いや当たってないパターンか。やばい。全然長えなこれ。おっと勝ったのかな。シーバー 味方の思いを乗せてって感じかな。なんだこれ、今度は芝とイフリートか。あ、じゃあイフリートじゃない、あいつっすね。芝とバハムですね。あ、ごめんなさい。それは聞いてない。俺は食らうっしょ。おっと、それは効いてる。回復がもうないな。爆発するのは聞いてないよ。いやー、間違えた。いやー、当たってねえんかい。なるほどね、こういうことか。これで食らってくれ。あー、間違えた。中川に浮かぶラストビー。 攻撃パターンが読めてきたわ。いや、間違えた。うわー、当たるかい。
That's my boy!
これででも半分っすね。やぶたにかけてさんよ。ありがとうございます。これはあれか。オーディン。これで全召喚獣が使われたね、今ね。リミットブレイク。
And yet still you cannot see. You are no better than us. We are one and the same. We are not the same.
ちょっとね、回復がないんですよ。ちょっとだけ勘弁してほしい。ストーリーはやめてくれ。もう使うか。これで回復するしかねえもんな。なるほどね。ちょっとごめんなさい。まずい。ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って。これはね、回復がなさすぎ問題。あ、やべ、めっちゃやった。ちょっとまずい問題ね、これね。 なんだこれは。回復なしでいかないか。それは聞いてないよ。父ー。ちょっと待ってくださいね。ラストエリクサーってないんだ。いや、今のはタイミングずれたね。いやー、これ勘弁。これで回復するしかないな。そう。何これ。いやいや、もう聞いてない聞いてない聞いてないよこれ。聞いてない。回復がない。使えないのこれ。ラストエリクサー。ああ、そういうことね。で、これからだね。いやいや、聞いてないよそれ。
With me, Phoenix. Forevermore.
800しか食らうんかい。
So sure of your place atop the world, you refuse to acknowledge those below. You chose to remain alone. And so you shunned the one thing that could have made you stronger.
かっこいいよね。
The hands that could have raised you higher.
I do not need you. You are anyone.
And that is where we are different. I could not have made it.
いやマジで死ぬかと思った。
I carry with me the hopes and dreams of my brothers, my sisters. And it is they who will give me the strength to end your reign.
I cannot end. I am the end.
これでお疲れさんでした。勝利の一服していいかな。
The early fantasy here is yours. And we shall be its final witness.
あれだった。
I said, it's over.
連打急に来ないで。99,999だって。GG ありがとうございます。9999でしたね今。マジ？匂いに。これもう本当に最終回にふさわしい感じだよね。
Tell me, what do you imagine will befall this world now that you have gained your precious freedom?
I honestly don't know. But I doubt it will be pretty.
Okay.
A sorry tale of sin and suffering, hardship and pain.
And it was for this that you fought so fiercely? Why?
It's who we are. We fight. We survive. We endure. We don't need a reason. We are imperfect creatures. When we stumble, we reach for a shoulder to lean on. When we fall, we stand back up. We see the horizon, ever out of reach, and still we march on. Certain the answers lie just beyond it, because that is our way.
My congratulations. Relish this victory, knowing that you have but delayed the inevitable. Your world is already dead. May you enjoy an eternity on its blackened husk.
映画を見る感じでお楽しみください。エンディング的な感じでいいのかな、これが。
It seems Ultima's power was too great for this vessel all along. But while I have it, perhaps I can use it to set things right. And see Ultima's legacy. Bearers, dominance, crystals, magic, consigned to the flames. Even if it means the end of me.
おお、やっと終わりですかね。めっちゃリアルだな、やっぱ相変わらず砂が。
Aren't you the most beautiful thing?
He is, isn't he? What are you gonna call him?
Let me see, let me see. Oh, read little one. Got a smile for your Uncle Gav.
Not so loud, you burp.
What? I was only...
Shh, you're scaring him.
It's all right.
A sky of scattered tears, 1,000 years apart. Should they fade, I will not be afraid of the dark.
If you need a rest, I can take it.
I'll hold you to that.
The world's yours now. Yours to do with as you please. That's what Sid wanted. That's what they both wanted. Did our journey end?
著作権に引っかからなきゃいいかな。トンガルか。トルンガ。FF 続きますね。トルンガ。なんだったっけな。エペ全然今シーズンやってないんでね。ミラージュが強くなったって言ってるのに。せっかくなんでこのエンディングまで見て終わりにしたいと思いますが、どうですかみんな。エペやってますか？なんなら今流れてる音楽も FF7 の音楽なんでね。てか FF7 っていうか全体的にかな。メイン7で流れる曲から。あんまりやってないムーさん、確かに今違う配信してますもんね。ミラージュ楽しいと。やんないといけないんだけどな。FF7 を匂わせるようななんか作りになってるな。でこいっぱい出せるって言ってるよね。なんか攻撃されたら承知しました。FF7 をちょっとやることにします。エペも4万円課金したのにな。でももちろんムーさんが開くエペカスタムには出たいので、シャゲレンぐらい練習しとこうかな。それもポケモンもやんないといけないですよ、ムーさん、影茶さん。全然手つけられてない。影茶さんにポケモンもらわないとなのに。今 FF ってスクエアスクエアエニックス、これあれだよな。もともと FF とあれだっけ、ドラクエの会社が合併したんだっけか。ポケモンちょくちょく調整してる。ダウンロードコンテンツもね。 もうクリアしたの？もうクリアしたっていうか、もう、そうか。結構経つか。これ万が一著作権で引っかかったら消しますんでね。早すぎ。その日に。でも難しいんじゃない？結構。強くなってて多分。一筋縄ではいかない感じだけど。新ポケモンとかあんまわかんないからね、なかなか。なるほどね。レイド用ね。影田さんにもらったやつしかいねえんだもんな、今。ってことはでも、レイドの敵並みに敵も、他なんだよ、DLC で出てくるトレーナーも強いってことだよね。レイドは結構強いからな。そうか。影茶さん。もう1ヶ月ぐらいか。早いね、時間が経つの。4月からはね、新しい生活。ストーリー系ゲームあるある？なんだ？あ、そうね、エンディング長すぎてちょっと、今ちょっとびっくりしてるんだけど。終わんねえかな、まだ。これでエンディングまで終えて、やっと配信切りたいと思ってるんだけど。いや本当に、さっきのね、米津の歌なのかな？あれで著作権引っかかったら、これアーカイブ残せないからな。 FF10 とか、やっぱり7がおすすめかな、俺的には。9も好きなんだけど、ちょっと忘れちゃったな。FF10 がね、面白いと思う。うん。セブンがね、なんだかんだ有名だもんな。クラウドとかね、特に。セブンって映画とかにもなってなかったっけな。クライシスコアだっけ。長えな。セフィロスね。強すぎ問題だけど。クラウドが憧れたソルジャーセフィロス。強すぎ問題。セブンから始めるのもいいかもね、かけちゃさんね。でも影茶さんのお父さんもあれか、じゃあもうほんと FF とかも結構やって。そうだね、セフィロスはジェノバっていう、まあお母さんなのかな。それを生き返らせるためにっていうか、確か。でもまあ闇落ちだね。そう、俺ドラクエがあんまりやってなくてわかんないんだよね。ドラクエムーンさんがやってたよね。ドラクエビルダーズだっけ、ビルディングだっけ。終わるかな、もうすぐ。終わんないのね、まだ。エンディング長いね。 15分今からかれこれね、そうだね。なんか今になって盛り上がってきてるよ、音楽が。確かにまだありそう。スポンサーのがあるの最後の方だもんね。確かに。でもこんだけの人たちが携わってるってことだもんね。これまで見て終わりにしたいと思います。もう12時になろうとしてんの。4時間ぐらいもう。まあサブクエストはね、まあそうか、言語とかね。サブクエスト最後はもう吹っ飛ばして最終回っていうところなんで、ラスボスまで行きましたんでね。まあどっかしら配信外でやるかもしれないですけど、結局このアーカイブがもし著作権引っかかってダメになったらまた別でね残せたらなと思ってんで。でも配信をしないと多分こんなに長時間の 乗せらんないんじゃないかな。あ、ごめんなさい。止めちゃった。3時間40分、45分ぐらいやってるね。映画より長いな、エンディング。このエンディング終わった後にどういう映像が流れるんだろうな。あ、ってことはこの音楽が流れたってことは最後の方じゃない？ 来ましたね、スポンサー。そろそろですね。やっぱりあるよね。
Every time.
Will you light it?
Yes, Mother. Come on. If only I had the flames of an icon.
Icon? Have you been reading that silly story again? Magic belongs in fairy tales, and fairy tales don't boil kettles. You see? Well done. Now, be a good lad, and play with your brother until supper.
Come on, hurry! Hurry! Right.
Right, let's play the saint in the secretary.
No, I don't want to be Madu. What do you want to play then? War of the Icons! Again?
おっと
Right. Did I get to be a
生き
friend?
てるじゃんね、そしたら。
Right, I'm the older brother. Because the hermit says so.
どちらにしようかなということでね。強くてニューゲームか。なるほどね。ということで、また別でやるかもわからんですけど、まあ、終わりということで、もう4時間近く配信しましたが、めっちゃ、なんだ、アイテム強くなるんだ、やっぱり。その分ね。とはいえ、その、エンディング中も言いましたが、2月29だったかなに FF7 のリメイクの続き出るという話っぽいので、それを配信していけたらなと思ってます。で、またね、この16もアップデが入って 何かできるんだったら配信していければと思いますけど、はい、無事ね、終わりましたんで、今日の配信も終わりにしたいと思います。遅くまで見ていただいてありがとうございます。影茶様ありがとう。皆さんありがとうございました。ではお疲れ様です。おやすみなさい。